Hey everyone! I recently received a really intriguing message from a viewer titled, "Panicked at 50. What now?" Rather than reply directly, I thought it would be more helpful to create this video so others in a similar situation can benefit too. Welcome back to the channel, my savvy savers. I hope you had an amazing week. All right, panicked. Let's talk about money. Acknowledge where you stand. You make $50,000 a year in gross point. Expenses are eating up most of it. Start with the obvious, money. Take a good, hard look at your spending. Cut unnecessary expenses. Cable TV? Gone. Gym memberships you rarely use? Gone. Subscriptions add up. Pick one or two. Ditch the rest. Negotiate better rates for car insurance, internet, and phone. Boost your income with side gigs. The gig economy is booming. Every dollar saved or earned builds a better future. Okay, panicked. First of all, let's stop panicking. As you can see, there are solutions. Now, let's talk retirement. I know it might seem like a distant thought when you're feeling strapped for cash right now, but trust me, it's never too early or too late to start planning for your future. You mentioned you have around $12,000 in your 401k. That's a good start, but we need to supercharge it. If your employer offers a 401k or any retirement program, make sure you're maxing it out. This is free money, people. Don't leave that on the table. Why are employer-sponsored accounts like a gold mine? Because you're essentially getting free money through matches. Your employer contributes a percentage of your salary to your retirement account, which is like getting a bonus just for saving for your future. So, prioritize contributing as much as you can to your 401k. And don't stop there. Consider opening a Roth IRA if you haven't yet. 3 great companies are Fidelity, Vanguard, and Charles Schwab. It's a tax-advantaged way to grow your money, and over time, the compounding interest can really build up. Think of it like a snowball effect. The earlier you start, the bigger that snowball gets. And don't forget to explore an HSA, health savings account. If you qualify, it's a triple tax benefit. You contribute pre-tax dollars, your money grows tax-free, and you can withdraw it tax-free for qualified medical expenses. The key here is consistency. Even if you can only contribute a small amount each month, make it a habit. Set up automatic transfers so you don't even have to think about it. That's called set it and forget it. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. As you all know, life throws curveballs. It's inevitable. Car repairs, unexpected medical bills, job loss, natural disasters, these things can and do happen, and you need to be prepared. That's where an emergency fund comes in. I know you don't have much saved right now, but let's get that emergency fund up to $1,000 as soon as possible. This is your safety net, your peace of mind. It's what prevents you from going into debt or making rash financial decisions when those unexpected expenses pop up. Once you've got that $1,000 cushion, next, I want you to aim to save 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This might seem like a lot, but trust me, it's worth it. Having this cushion will prevent you from dipping into your 401k or going into debt if something unexpected happens. Think of it as insurance for your financial future. It's that safety net that allows you to weather the storms without derailing your progress. It's what gives you a sign of relief. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where am I supposed to find this extra money? Remember all those cost-cutting measures we talked about earlier? That's where this money comes from. Every dollar you saved, when you cut back, you can now invest it. It might take some time and sacrifice, but it's absolutely crucial. And here's a pro tip. Don't keep your emergency fund in your regular checking account where it's easy to spend. In fact, I recommend having it in a completely separate bank, not attached to your checking account. Open a separate high-yield savings account. Check out Wealthront or Sophie so your money can earn a little interest while it's sitting there. Remember, an emergency fund isn't your fun money account. It's there for a specific purpose, to protect you from financial disaster. Keep your investments simple. It's awesome that you're all in investing, especially dividend stocks. It's a great way to build wealth over time, but it's also easy to get overwhelmed, especially when you're just starting out. My advice? Keep it simple. You don't need to be a Wall Street whiz to make smart investment decisions. Forget about chasing hot stock tips or trying to time the market. That's a recipe for disaster. Instead, focus on low-cost index funds, target date funds, or the S&P 500. These are like the superheroes of the investment world, diversified, easy to manage, and lower risk than trying to pick individual stocks. Think of index funds like buying a tiny slice of hundreds of different companies. This diversification helps spread out your risk so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Target date funds are even easier. You pick a fund with a target date close to your expected retirement year, and the fund automatically adjusts its investments over time to become more conservative as you get closer to retirement. It's like having a personal investment manager on autopilot. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Slow and steady wins the race. Pause, jot throughs, consider relocating or downsizing. John, let's talk about location. You mentioned you're living in Sacramento, and while it's a great city, it can also be expensive. If you're serious about turning your finances around, you might need to make some tough decisions about where you live. If possible, think about moving to a lower cost of living area. I know it's not always easy to pick up and move, but your money will go a lot further in a city with a lower cost of living. You could maintain a similar lifestyle while having more breathing room in your budget. Now, I understand that moving might not be feasible for everyone, but even if you're staying put, there are still things you can do to reduce your housing expenses. Could you downsize to a smaller apartment or rent out a room to bring in some extra income? And don't forget about transportation costs. If you own a car, could you move closer to work and bike instead, or take advantage of public transportation? It might seem extreme, but small lifestyle changes like these can make a big financial impact. Remember, it's all about being open to new possibilities and making choices that align with your financial goals. Chapter 6. Stay consistent and avoid risky moves. John, you've got this. I know it might feel overwhelming right now, but you're on the right track. You're learning about personal finance. You're taking steps to improve your situation, and that's what matters. The most important thing now is to stay consistent and avoid making any rash decisions. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. Building wealth takes time, patience, and discipline. Keep contributing to your retirement accounts, even if it's just a small amount each month. Keep saving for that emergency fund. Keep looking for ways to cut expenses and boost your income. And whatever you do, don't panic when the market fluctuates. The stock market goes up and down. That's its nature. Don't make any rash decisions based on short-term market movements. You're 50 and you've still got 15 years ahead of you to grow your wealth. That's a lot of time to make up for lost ground. Resist the urge to gamble on high-risk investments, hoping for quick gains. Those get-rich-quick schemes rarely work out, and they can actually set you back even further. Focus on the long game. Stick to your plan, be patient, and you'll see progress. You've got this. So thanks. I really appreciate you reaching out. Your story is a reminder that it's never too late to take control of your finances. It might feel overwhelming at times, but remember, you're not alone in this. If you're 50 and feeling behind on your financial goals, don't despair. There's still time to turn things around. It takes dedication, discipline, and a willingness to make some changes, but it's absolutely possible. Remember, the most important step is the first one. So keep learning, keep growing, and never give up on your financial dreams. You got this.